Now, in Caesar's world, where narcissistic leaders only cared about the grand and the greedy, in Caesar's world, where narcissistic leaders only cared about bullying and building monuments and putting their pictures on their buildings and their money, in Caesar's world. Where they only cared about the paupers and the pretentious, Jesus announces a revival led by and among the rejected. Caesar catered to the greedy, led by fear and political shenanigans. I'm talking about Caesar now. At that historical moment that Jesus announced prophetically that the revival will be led by and with the poor and the rejected.
So the buses that some of you came over on, we will have a bus to take people to the Capitol and then to take you back.
It's what we stand for. Give me your huddle message. Yearning to be free. Thank you.
Unsettling force, we're powerful and new. Unsettling force, and we're here, we're anew. Unsettling force for liberation, and we've got nothing to lose but our chains, and we've got nothing to lose but our chains. Somebody is hurting my sister, and it's gone on far too long. Oh, it's gone on far too long. You know, it's gone on far too long. Somebody is hurting my sister, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent, and we won't be silent anymore. Don't you know, somebody is hurting poor people, and it's gone on far too long. Oh, it's gone on far too long. Ooh, it's gone on far, poor people. Don't you know somebody is hurting poor people, and it's gone on far too. And we won't be silent, and we won't be silent anymore.
The pastor of Downtown Disciples, a progressive faith community that is LGBTQ affirming and proclaims Black Lives Matter on behalf of the Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, on behalf of Disciples Public Presence and Disciples Justice Ministries. We welcome you, and we want to extend a special welcome to all of our partner Iowa organizations. We have gathered today because we won't be silent anymore, and we will win. We have gathered in unity with one another, with our Creator, with the cosmic Christ, and as Howard Thurman said, with the field force of love. So let us raise our voices, do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly together. Thank you. you for being here. We gather today because we have done wrong. We gather today because we have been silent when we should have spoken. We stayed in when we should have shown up. We chose fear instead of choosing love. So we ask, oh God, hear our humble cry. We are a church confessing our sin.
We didn't want to come out here and stand up for a particular issue today. We need to confess our complicity. That's what we're coming. We're coming to confess to God among all the justice issues where we have not been, where we have not stood, where we were not being who we were supposed to be. So we're not coming out here to be righteous today. We're coming out here to repent today. All right? So let's repent, y'all.
Proverbs 28:13. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy.
With kids in cages, that's outrageous. With too many families in detention, with refugees who are knocking on the door and finding it too often closed. God who favors the migrant, the oppressed, the poor, the exiled. We confess to you, oh God, throughout history and still today, white churches are silent, complicit, and participatory in oppressing, enslaving, disempowering, degrading, ignoring, and lynching the rights of communities of color. We are church confessing.
We come to publicly confess the role of white churches across the nation through silent or active support in enabling a political climate in which communities of color, religious minorities, and queer people are degraded and targeted in word and deed. We come together publicly bearing witness to the violence committed against immigrant and Latinx communities, Black communities, Indigenous Native communities, religious minorities, and LGBTQ plus peoples.
Merciful One, you and our religious traditions call us to honor and protect the sacredness of all human life.
Make us bold allies in word, deed, and financial support. Make us good listeners. Empower us to stand together in unity and strength so justice rolls down like a mighty stream.
We are church confessing. Make us your movement for wholeness in this fragmented world. May it be so. Amen.
We can no longer just worship inside our sanctuaries. We have to worship in the public square. We have to stand in the public square. And we need to talk about poverty in Iowa because too often when poverty is talked about, it is discussed as though it is a black problem or a brown problem, when in fact poverty is an American problem. The truth of the matter is more concentration-wise, more black people or people of color in poverty, but in terms of raw numbers, there are more poor whites in this nation. And that is why the forces have played poor blacks and poor whites against each other, because if poor whites and poor blacks and people and Latino people ever get together, and if they surely ever get together in their faith, we change the entire political dynamic and social dynamic and moral dynamic in this country. And when I talk about politics, I'm not talking about Republican and Democrat or left versus right. I'm talking about right versus wrong. Until there is a moral and prophetic imagination, there will be no prophetic and political implementation. We have work to do. We're called to do it. We can do it, and we are going to do it by the grace of God. Thank you all. This is not merely about the next election. This is about whether America can be. That's really what we got to answer. Can America be? God bless you all. Love you. Let's stay together. Stay forward together. Not one step back.
Forward together. Not one step back.
Got nothing to lose, but I change.